Now, let's talk of red pills. To relax, everyone else. Jenna, I want to ask you, as a frank, fearless person in the media, what about this hit job on the Channel 9 newspapers? Oh, you're wearing leopard on TV, that's fearless. Is that none other than our dear friend Peta Credlin, 99 press conferences, old Chairman Dan stands there, spins for Australia, bullshits for, I can't possibly comment because I've set that off to an inquiry which legally you can lie to and is so thorough that they don't even search for phone records. Peta Credlin sits down and says, couple of questions. Bang, 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 bang. The next day, all of it, the house of cards, down it comes, all right? But here's a hit job that was in the Channel 9 newspapers today because, God forbid, anyone who works for News Corporation should be allowed to ask a question of dear leaders because, remember, we're in empires now. Forget your democracies, people. Peta Credlin's Corona performances journalism, and I will save everyone else from the utter shit that was written in this article, but is it that you must only be a pre-approved member of the press to be able to ask a question? But of course, you can, however, move from politics if you're Barry Cassidy and you can then become a journalist, but if you're Peta Credlin, you can't?
Yeah. Look, I want Peta to move to the Canberra Press Gallery because I would love to see her at press conferences because I don't think that she's going to show fear or favour for any colour, red or blue or green for that matter. So if you are watching Peta, please go to Canberra sometime soon because I think it would be absolutely wonderful performance art, and I think you'll win another Walkley because she's won a Walkley for her journalism. I think people keep forgetting this as well. I think what she uncovered the other day was an absolute masterclass in journalism, and I wish that we had more time in newsrooms to sit down and understand the process that happens with parliamentary inquiries. I want her to be teaching journalism in schools because that's what we need to learn how to do if you want to get to the bottom of all the spin that's only going to be generated more in this 24-hour news cycle when we have journalists working as spin doctors for parliamentarians. So I think she did a wonderful job, and I was sat in awe with your interview with her last week and everything that she's uncovered, and I think it's just a really lazy argument to say she's just another piece of the machine in a specific type of right-wing media. I think it's ridiculous and really, really lazy.
But again, I repeat the same question to you, Rowan. So Barry Cassidy can walk from Bob Hawke's office to Channel 2. He's a legend of the media. Give him every award possible. Peta Credlin moves from Tony Abbott's office to here at Sky News. Oh, she's a political operative. No awards for you.
Well, they're scared of her, and they're correct to be scared of her. She's forensic in her analysis, as Jenna said, terrific interview you and Peta did last week. And really, shame on the Victorian media pack. What a bunch of absolute losers. They've had months and months. The standard of journalism is your kind of Watergate, Bob Woodward, all of this, which is where you find the nugget, that little detail that unravels the whole thing. Peta Credlin did exactly that. And tomorrow's reopening of the inquiry, I gather that's largely or partly certainly due to Peta's work. And yes, the left can't stand it. They're terrified of her. Be scared. Be very, very scared of Peta Credlin, Dan Andrews.
This is it, when those plums fall into that vice that is her hand. Watch out, because she'll squeeze and squeeze for Australia.